excited that now you have to appear for a new test, okay, and that too for only 150 rupees. Come on. Okay, I'm Vijay Jha and I welcome you to Gradeup. Okay, there are many questions which must be coming to your mind. Many. Okay, first of all, today is 4th of September. All right, and the examination is on 12th of September. Okay, so you have less than 8 days to prepare for it. Okay, that is how it appears to be, that you have less than 8 days. But I'm sure most of you have already been preparing for it for a long time. And anyway, you have to appear for CLAT on the 7th of September only. Okay, I talked about this last night also. Today we are going to concentrate in this particular session. We are going to concentrate on how to utilize our time. Okay, please think about NLAT, NLAT, and do not think much about what is happening there in Jharkhand at this stage. Okay, that is not in your control what happens there in court. Okay, all right. Very good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Gradeup. First thing first, please accept the change and brace yourself for it. Okay, I have a story, very small story. I'm sure we all know her. Okay, there is a bit of India in her, as India got its name after the river Sindhu. Okay, and this Sindhu gave us a name, okay, at international level. Okay, all right. I'm sure you're aware of the person to whom she had lost in the final of the Olympics. How many of you are aware that in one such final, okay, within a few years from that tournament, okay, she actually beat her back in the final. All right. Okay, so accept the change and brace yourself for it. That is the only way to move forward. What else? What else? Structure of the examination. Everyone has talked about this already. Okay, we also took a session on this already. It will be an online test to be taken from home. Okay, duration of the test would be 45 minutes. So it's a T20. It's a T20 game. Hey, most of you are a big fan of T20. You do not enjoy test cricket much. Unlike people like Pranab Pant and myself, okay, you're a T20 generation, okay, so why should you not like an examination which is based on this T20 format, okay? What else? What else? The syllabus is same as that of CLAT. Please bear in mind that there's absolutely no difference in the syllabus. There's a huge difference in the structure, but absolutely no difference in the syllabus. Only 4 passages of 10 questions each. Okay, on each of the passages, in each of the passages, you will get 2 questions. Okay, from each of the 5 testing areas which were there in CLAT as well, for which you have been preparing. Okay, we have already talked about this as well. Now the question is, what's new? First and foremost, all 5 sections to get equal weight. All right, you will have questions worth 16 marks from each one of the 5 sections, be it logical reasoning, legal reasoning, quantitative techniques, English language, and current affairs and general knowledge. Okay, any doubt? So 8 questions from each one of these areas. Negative marking for the unattempted questions. Extremely important. We are going to build a strategy around that. Okay, but this is something which is new, okay, to the world of law entrance examinations in India. Okay, a question cannot be revisited. Mind you, once you have seen a question, you cannot come back to this. So you have to decide very fast, okay, whether to attempt it or leave it. Okay, you cannot keep thinking about this. Okay, no Cheteshwar Pujara here. No Cheteshwar Pujara. Okay, ideally, no Virat Kohli here. Only ABD. Only AB de Villiers. Okay, a new set of tiebreakers. Again, extremely important, which many of you, okay, have not noticed. Extremely important. We are going to discuss about that very thoroughly here in this very session. Okay, all right. Now, first things first. Many of you have been asking different coaching institutes, okay, and a great platform like Gradeup, that please give us mocks, please give us mocks. Okay, we will take a bit of time. Okay, we are of course going to give you mocks. Okay, not only Gradeup, I'm sure there are other good institutes as well which are going to prepare mocks for you as a fact. So most of the institutes will probably be preparing 2 to 3 mocks, all right, on this NLAT pattern. So you don't have to worry about that. But should you be waiting for that? No, you don't have to wait for that. Okay, you have many mocks of CLAT already available to you. Okay, so please, from those mocks, randomly select 8 passages. Why 8 passages? Because these, or rather you select 10 passages, okay, and from those 10 passages, okay, attempt 40 questions. Take exactly 2 passages from each one of the test areas. 2 passages from quantitative techniques, 2 passages from English language, 2 passages from legal reasoning, 2 passages from general awareness, okay, and current affairs, and 2 passages from logical reasoning. And you're not going to get Kamla Vimla questions in logical reasoning now. Of course, there wouldn't be any round table around which some people would be sitting and Kamla is second to the left of Vimla. I'm sure you're not going to get such questions because it would be impossible for them to accommodate Kamla Vimla, okay, in the passages, general comprehension passages which they are going to give. No Kamla Vimla, please. Okay, no round tables. Okay, you can get something on round table confidence in 1931. Okay, but not Kamla Vimla problem. Similarly, can you get a question on time, speed and distance? Very unlikely. Can you get a question on combinatorics? Very unlikely. Can you get a question in geometry? Very unlikely. Can you get a question on mensuration? Impossible. Okay, so we need to identify those areas from which you're not going to get questions in NLAT. You're not going to get geometry. You're not going to get mensuration. You're not going to get time, speed and distance. Okay, please be informed. Why? Because they're going to give you general comprehension passages. How will they accommodate such types of questions? Okay, very important. Okay, start immediately. Whatever mocks you have, pick 10 passages. Okay, those 10 passages would have 40 to 50 questions. Okay, just attempt 40 questions in 42 minutes and not 45. Why? In the examination, you're under more pressure. You're under more pressure. Okay, so at home, you should always give yourself, okay, less than what is actually given to you in the examination. Hi Venkata, how are you? Hi Devendra. Hi Devendra, how are you? Okay, Anjana is saying, where is para? Where is pra? What's that? Okay, let's look at, let me take a few more questions here. Venu Gopal is saying, is CLAT postponed? Not yet. And we are not discussing CLAT here, we are discussing NLAT. Okay, Ayushi, Shobhit Chaturvedi, what's the question? Anu Singh is asking, sir, where to get mock? Anu, mocks. Okay, you have to create yourself in the next 3 days. That is exactly what I'm talking about. Whatever mocks are there available with you. Okay, just pick 10 passages randomly, 2 passages from each one of the test areas. Okay, and try to attempt those passages in just 42 minutes. That is exactly what I'm saying. Okay, all right. So, and do not revisit any question. Do not revisit any question because in the actual NLAT, you would not get to revisit any questions. So, do not revisit any question. Take 2 such mocks every day. Preparation is the key. Okay, it's a T20 which you have to play. Okay, and actually you're left with just 7 to 8 days to prepare yourself for it. Okay, what else? When it comes to preparations, please take some inspiration from these 2 giants. Okay, on the left you have, I'm sure you know who is. On the right, I'm 100% sure you know who is. Okay, so the person on your left, okay, the person on your left had to appear, Michael Phelps had to appear, or rather had to participate in Beijing Olympics in 2008. He landed in Beijing a few years before the Olympics. Okay, and intentionally prepared himself, okay, in the environment there, okay, with Chinese food. Please keep that in mind. That is preparation. Okay, Saurav Ganguly was not known for being able to play short pitch deliveries well. Okay, and he had to visit Australia in 2003 and Australians have started talking about chin music. Okay, that we shall throw balls at you which will pass, okay, near your chin and you will get to hear music. He landed in Australia on his own cost, okay, a month before or 2 months before the series had to start. Okay, and he practiced a lot on Australian grounds. Okay, that is preparation. Go to any level to prepare yourself, okay, for the new examination. Now the question is, how? But before we come to that how, please get yourself equipment ready. There should be a regular power supply, okay, a good net connection, a UPS attached to the internet router. Because if a UPS is not attached to the internet router, let's say that there is some power fluctuation, okay, or there is some outage, there is no power even for a minute, okay, the internet connection will be disrupted. So please have, extremely important, a UPS attached to your internet router. Like this session, okay, cannot be interrupted because of any outage, because there is a UPS attached to the internet router at my place. That is what you have to do, and you don't have to invest your time on such things. Okay, ask your cousin, ask your sibling, ask your parents to manage all this. All right, any doubt, anyone? Any doubt? Please take care of these small things. Otherwise, you may be in for a big surprise. Okay, okay, a sorted surprise. All right, what else? Now, of course, we are already aware of this. Conducting authority is NLS Bangalore itself. All right, so let's straight away move to the strategy part. Very important. As the number of questions is only 40, there will be many ties, and hence the tiebreakers are important to understand. Okay, it's very important for you to understand the tiebreakers. Like, of course, you have only 120 seats in NLS Bangalore, of which at the most 30 seats are reserved for the locals. Okay, so there are 90 All India seats. Okay, and for these 90 seats, there would be around, we guess that there should be around 40-50,000 applicants. Okay, quite possible, okay, that all these 120 people get selected, okay, in the score range of just 3 to 4 marks, 5 marks maybe. Okay, so on each and every mark, okay, quite possible, okay, even at the top, quite possible that you have 20-30 people, because ultimately there are just 40 questions. All right, please keep that in mind. Tiebreakers are going to be extremely important. Quite possible that you would not have just one topper. Quite possible. I'm not saying that there wouldn't be just one topper. Quite possible that there are 2 people, okay, who get 62.5. Quite possible there are 5 people who get 62.5. Okay, so when it comes to the topper of the entrance, not after the tiebreaker, of course, they will get rank 1, rank 2, rank 3, everything. Okay, ultimately there has to be random draw involved. So the first tiebreaker in NLAT is the number of correct answers in legal reasoning, and that is different from how it is in CLAT. In CLAT, this is your marks, your net marks after the negative marking in legal reasoning. Here is going to be the number of correct answers. Okay, they are not concerned about your accuracy rate. Please keep that in mind. Okay, so ultimately there would be just 8 questions of legal reasoning. Out of these 8, how many you get right, that will be the first tiebreaker. Okay, and the second tiebreaker would be the number of correct answers overall. The number of correct answers are not the marks. This also is very different from how it is in CLAT. Please understand it well. So how to tackle this? We shall come to that. But first of all, you need to understand the tie-breaking rules here are very different from how they are there in the case of CLAT. Okay? Alright. Arpita Chaudhary, they are yet to declare the timing of the examination. All that we can say that the examination is on 12th of September. So please stop bothering about that when will the examination be held. Let's say it's at 6 in the evening. So what difference does it make? What difference does it make to you? Okay? Okay, one more thing. As I told you a while back, that the tiebreakers have absolutely nothing to do with the accuracy rate. The number of correct answers, what is accuracy rate? The number of correct answers out of the total number of answers given by you. So many people say that we should not be attempting questions randomly, or we should not take any risk. Okay, because accuracy rate will get impacted. No, it's not about accuracy rate. Accuracy rate has no role. Okay, in tiebreakers. Okay, what has a role? Net number of correct answers of legal reasoning. 1, 2, net number of overall correct answers. That is it. Okay, how many are incorrect? It has nothing to do with that. Any doubt? Okay, So the way I look at it, that immediately you have to start practicing with 42-minute tests, and intentionally I'm saying 42-minute tests and not 45-minute tests. All right, you have to give yourself 3 minutes less than what you're going to get in the actual examination. All right, and you have to pick 10 passages randomly from the tests already available to you, 2 from each one of the areas. Okay, and try to do at least 2 such tests every day. Okay, and I'm sure within 3 to 4 days from now, the industry, all the institutes put together will certainly be loading you with not less than 10 mock tests, okay, on NLAT pattern. Okay, so in the last 3 days, you can probably practice with those 10 mocks. Okay, maybe 2 to 3 tests a day. Mostly we advise against you doing more than a mock in a day. But those mocks are of 2 hours of duration. Here, one mock is of 42 to 45 minutes of duration. Okay, so you can take more than one mock. Here, the biggest and the most important factor is you getting acclimatized to the T20 conditions, because you are going to get only 2700 seconds. All that you have is 45 minutes, 45 into 60 is 2700 seconds. What else? Is cheating possible? Is cheating possible? Will there be litigation against NLAT to stop it? Please stop thinking about all this. Please just stop thinking about all this. In my opinion, cheating will not be possible. Anyway, cheating will not be possible. All right. It won't be possible. It was possible in SLAT. It won't be possible here. Okay. Whether any litigation would be there or not, there are some students there in Jharkhand, okay, who have filed a writ petition against this. Okay. But this is not something which you have to think about. Okay. If the exam ultimately is stopped by any of the courts, so be it. You will not get to appear for it. But here you have to assume that the examination is taking place on 12th of September and you have to brace yourself for it. That is the only reality, in my opinion. Any doubt? Any doubt? Okay. What else? There should be 3 things on your mind. NLAT on September 12th, ALAT on September 26th, and CLAT on September 28th. These 3 entrance examinations, okay, are for the top 3 NLUs. Okay, in Gradeup's opinion, we believe, of course, and everyone does so, that NLSIU is number 1, number 2 is NALSA, number 3 in Gradeup's opinion is NLU Delhi. Okay, so these 3 examinations for top 3 NLUs. One more thing, the first is of 45-minute duration, the second is of 90-minute duration. Okay, the third is a 120-minute duration. Okay, and please continue to take the mocks for CLAT and ALAT as well. Do not forget those 2 examinations. Okay, syllabus, the syllabus for all these 3 examinations, okay, are more or less, the syllabi for all these 3 examinations are more or less the same. Any doubt? Structures are different. Again and again I'm telling you. Okay, one more thing. One more thing. What if you do some random mocking? What if you do some random mocking? Okay. All right. The question is, should we take risk while attempting the questions on NLAT? Is going to be very important this time. Should we take any risk while attempting the questions on NLAT? Okay. Because the moment you get to see a question, you have to decide whether you have to attempt it or not. Because you will not get any second chance. Okay. You would not be allowed to come back to the question. All right, so you will need to decide very fast. So you need to strategize for it. Should we take any risk while attempting the question on NLAT? Okay, I believe most of the well-prepared students will be able to do 30 out of 40 questions, at least 30 out of 40 questions, okay, in those 45 minutes. So let's discuss the remaining 10. There can be many cases. Case 1, you attempt 10 randomly, you get 1 correct, okay, and 9 incorrect. Net marks minus 2.5. Net marks minus 2.5. How? For every incorrect answer, you will get minus 0.5. For 1 correct answer, you will get plus 2. Okay, so 9 into 0.5 minus 0.5 minus 4.5 plus 2 minus 2.5. So if you attempt 10 randomly, A or B, C, C, D, okay, and even if you get just one correct, net marks minus 2.5. Case 2, you do not attempt any. Okay, you do not attempt any. You leave 10 questions unattempted. Correct 0, incorrect 0. Net marks still minus 2.5. Please look at both the cases. This is extremely important. Okay. Case 1, you do random marking and you get just one of them correct. Okay. Or 9 of them are incorrect. Total marks minus 2.5. Okay. You do not attempt any, still minus 2.5. Okay. Alright, there is no difference. Look at these two cases. Okay. Very carefully. What about case 3? Let's say you attempt 10, 2 correct, 8 incorrect. 2 correct and 8 incorrect. Net marks 0. Okay. Net marks 0. Alright. And here, and it's not very difficult to get 2 correct answers, okay, by randomly marking 10. So even if you get 2 correct, alright, you stand to gain 2.5 marks. Why? Because if you leave them unattempted, minus 2.5, okay, if you attempt all 10 of them, 0, of course. And even if you get just one of them correct, even if you get just one of them correct, still you do not lose. Okay, so you can lose in only one case and you have to be real unlucky to be in that category. You can lose in just one case if you get 10 out of 10 incorrect. Okay, then only you lose. If you get 10 out of 10 incorrect, then only you lose. And if you get 3 correct, you actually gain. Even if you get just 2 correct, you gain. If you get 3 correct, nothing like that. Any doubt? Any doubt, anyone? Let me take a few questions from you. Let me take a few questions. Okay. So, any idea? Any views on this? Any views on this? Neha Aman, you should be allowed to use laptop. We believe that you would be taking the examination on laptop. Okay. What else? Total seats, you know, there are 120 seats. We have already talked about this. Okay. Now, let's look at the sample paper also. Let's discuss the sample paper a bit. Neha Aman, okay, we teach. We are not fortune tellers. So, even before the examination is conducted, how can we predict the cutoff? Okay. All right. Shobhit Chaturvedi, out of 80, that is there. Okay. But how can we guess the cutoff? All right. Now, when it comes to QT topics, someone is asking about the QT topics. What QT topics are important? Alright. Mensuration is not important for NLAT. Geometry is not important. Okay. Algebra is not important. I believe concept of percentages and basic calculations. Okay. These two things are going to be important. You should be able to calculate. Let's talk about the sample paper now. Let's talk about the sample paper. There are 2 questions on GK. Both are static. One question is on Grameen Bank, that famous bank of Bangladesh, okay, which actually got its founder a Nobel Prize for Peace. Mind you, not for economics, for peace. I'm sure you're aware of Muhammad Yunus. Okay, the great Muhammad Yunus from Bangladesh, he had got the Nobel Prize in Peace, okay, for founding Grameen Bank. There's one question on Grameen Bank and another question on 3 Bigha corridor. Okay, these 2 things do not find a mention in the passage. 3 Bigha corridor, okay, or Muhammad Yunus or Grameen Bank do not find a mention in the passage. Okay, but there are these 2 questions on this. So you can get questions which may not be related to the given passage very directly. Please bear that in mind. As far as, okay, if we believe that the sample paper is any indication, then difficulty level of the questions, there are 2 questions on quantitative techniques. Both are based on calculations, and I would say that they are of moderate level of difficulty. It takes a bit of time to understand what they are asking. Okay, when it comes to English language, you have 1 question, okay, of reading comprehension and 1 question on grammar. Both the questions are very easy, fairly easy. Okay, GK 2 questions, I've already told you they're of moderate level of difficulty. Logical reasoning, there are 2 questions, both on critical reasoning. In this sample paper, there are 2 questions from logical reasoning and both are on critical reasoning actually. Alright, they almost appear to be reading comprehension questions, but they are actually critical reasoning questions. Okay, what will support author's opinion and what will support, okay, an assumption of Keynes? These are the questions. Okay, both are fairly easy. There are two legal reasoning questions. These two legal reasoning questions are also very, very simple, very easy. Absolutely no doubt. Okay, this is how the sample paper is. And the passage is on 1971, the situation before India went to its third war, okay, against that idiotic country Pakistan. Okay, the atmosphere in the country and the refugee crisis. Okay, since they had started killing their own people, what was then East Pakistan, so a lot of people, especially Hindus, started migrating to India. Okay, and we had a lot of people to feed. Okay, and we were not food sufficient. Okay, the Green Revolution was yet to show its impact. All right, so that is the context of the passage. Okay, a wonderful passage that's easy to understand. The difficulty level of the passage, okay, is very low. You can read it easily, and overall, if I look at if these 10 questions are any indication, okay, I would say that the test is from easy to moderate level of difficulty. Okay, the test is from easy to moderate level of difficulty. Trust me on this. Trust me on this. And again, someone asked that what sort of questions will certainly not be there in the examination. Okay, as I told you, algebra will not be there. Okay, mensuration shouldn't be there. Geometry shouldn't be there. Okay, some uses of ratio and proportion can definitely be there. Okay, time spent distance will not be there. Okay, mixtures and allegations will not be there. Okay, there should be some interpretation of data, basic calculations, percentages, ratios, that is it. All right, any doubt? Similarly, when it comes to logical reasoning, as I've told you, no Kamla Vimla problems, that who's sitting where. Okay, 5 people sitting to the left of Kamla, okay, and Vimla, okay, at a diametrically opposite end, you're not going to get that. All right, no questions, no bloody questions on blood relations either. Okay, it would be impossible for them to ask such questions here in this format. All right, so please keep that in mind. Okay, any questions? Any questions? Okay, Flutter with Shutter is asking new domicile reservation policy, 5% concession. Okay, what could be the cutoff? Forget that. Please, first of all, that matter is also sub judice. Okay, so please keep that in mind that Karnataka category students, that entire matter of domicile, okay, is itself sub judice. If the court clears that, at the most 30 out of 120 seats will go to, okay, that quota. Okay, and whatever, why do you have to think about this 5% or 10% concession? Let's say they give you 15% concession. Okay, will you not be preparing, will you not be doing your best? Okay, so please do not think about those things which are not at all related to your preparation. Okay, that is stupid in my opinion. Okay, Sankalp is saying 7-day grade up course covers everything. No course can ever cover anything. Okay, all right. Now 2700 seconds to glory. The question is, are you ready? Are you ready? 2700 seconds. That is all that you will get that day. And before that, you have 8 days to prepare for those 2700 seconds. Okay. What else now? Now, Gradeup is going to launch a 7-day score booster course for NLAT. Okay. The duration, the test, the course will start on 5th of September and will continue till 12th of September. Okay, the course includes 25 live classes, 300 practice questions, 25 plus PDFs, 3 mocks for NLAT based on the latest pattern, needless to say. But that will take a bit of time. Yes, we are going to launch a course. We are going to launch a course today itself. Okay, the course will start on 5th of September. Okay, and we'll get over with the examination getting over. All right, and here, this is a wonderful opportunity for you to be a student of NLS Bangalore within 14 days. Today is 4th of September. By 18th of September, okay, you can get an identity card, okay, which would mention that you're doing BA LLB from NLS Bangalore. Please keep that in mind. Okay, keeping that in mind, we have launched this short course for you. Okay, if the question is, would it cover everything? You think that a course, a 7-day course, okay, can cover everything, can be a solution for all your problems? No. but this is probably the best which you can get at this stage. Okay, is my claim. That is the best which you can get at this stage under the given circumstances. Okay, any doubt? And what will you have to do in order to join this course? You will have to buy Gradeup Super subscription for a month. Okay, and what else will you get if you buy this 1 month super subscription? Mind you, you have 3 examinations this month. Okay, NLAT on 12th of September, ALAT, okay, on 26th of September, and CLAT on 28th of September. Okay, that subscription will cater to the requirements of all 3 examinations. Okay, but here in the context of NLAT, yes, a course is there now for you. All right, what else? Why take this course? Expert guidance by NLU alumni to ace the examination, fail-proof strategy. Oh wow, for any unexpected changes in the examination. All right, mocks based on the latest NLAT pattern, live classes, quizzes, PDFs. Okay, what else? Gradeup Super. Okay, here those people who are preparing for the examinations in this month. Okay, the most suitable option for you is buying a 1 month subscription. All right, what else? We wish you all the best. Okay, please prep smart, score better. Go Gradeup. Thank you. And please do ask questions to us. Please do ask questions to us in the comment section on YouTube, okay, or in the live chat on the app. We will answer, we will respond to each one of those questions. Thank you. All the best. Start preparing immediately.